Hey, welcome or welcome back to my channel if you are a returning subscriber. But if you're new, it's your girl Lex and I'm back again with another video. So if you can tell by the title of this video, I am going to be doing a book review of all the books that I've read this year so far. And we're only 2 months into the year, but I want to do a book review and a recap of some of the books that I've read and give you guys some good book recommendations for 2025. So if that's something you're interested in seeing and hearing more about, make sure you keep watching. But if you're not subscribed, really, stop right now. Chill, stop. Hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. We're going big or we're going home. I'm going to start with this series. This is a 4-part series by Anna Hang. Hope I said her last name right, or Hong. I'm going to start with the first book of the Twisted series. The first book in this series is called Twisted Love. Pick this up first, of course. I didn't buy this set together, and I started reading this like the first week of January, and I was done like the first week of January. So each book follows like a group or a couple of 2. So this first book follows Ava and Alex. Ava is a young college student. I think she's about to graduate. She's about 20, probably like 22, I believe. And she is in school. She have a roommate and she got 2 other friends, so it's a group of 4. And then she has an older brother, a dad, and her older brother has a friend. His name is Alex. And the brother, his name is Justin. Justin is going away to go help out with something in a different country for a little bit, and he asks Alex to watch his sister and keep an eye on her while he's gone. He wants him to move into his apartment, and Alex reluctantly agrees without telling you too much. He goes away. Alex and Ava end up becoming close. She realized she has a crush on him, like, and he realized it too, but Alex is really cool and like withdrawn, so these feelings that's sparking in his chest is just like, what the hell? And mind you, Alex is an orphan. His family died or got killed when he was younger, so he met Josh, which is Ava's brother, and they became close. They besties or whatever, but he don't want to really cross that line, you feel me? Because once you cross that line, you got to stay there. So throughout the book, it's like them going back and forth. Of course, they end up a relationship. Her brother gets mad. Alex has some family secrets that's gonna come out. I don't want to like spoil that completely. He says he has like to deal with his past and stuff, and he basically made it seem like he used Ava in a sense, and you'll see what I mean if you read this book or read it already. And she basically came with it. She moves across the country and goes to like Europe or London or something. Like, is London in Europe, right? Right, I think so. She moves for a little bit. He comes and chases her. Didn't try to spoil it. Did my best not to spoil it as much as I can, but definitely check this out. Check the whole series out. Next, we're gonna jump into the second book, which, remember, I told you this follows like 2 people or whatever. Each book follows 2 people. So this book is called Twisted Games. Now this book is about one of Ava's friends. Her friend name is Bridget. Bridget is actually a princess of a country in somewhere in Europe. Okay, so once they graduated from college, Bridget moved back to her hometown. It's Eldora, something like that. And while she moves, she get a new bodyguard, which is mentioned sometime in the first book. Like she has bodyguards following her around, but we didn't really get too much of a backstory because it was about, you know, Alex and Ava. This one focuses more on Bridget. She gets a bodyguard, and it's basically a forbidden love story. The bodyguard falls for her. They fall for each other basically, and he isn't like royalty, so you know it's hard for them to be together and stuff. And she's trying to fulfill her duties to becoming a queen. By the middle of the book, it's kind of like speculated that she's going to end up being queen. So I'm like, how's she going to have a normal life ever again? But it kind of does work out. Her and his bodyguard cross so many lines. Like, it's actually so good. I didn't really think I would like this one as much as the first one, but it was actually really good. Like, the more books you read along by her out this series, you'll like the next book better, the next book better, and each book gets thicker. Like, I thought the last book, I'm like, oh, this is pretty decent, and I'm like, oh, this is a little thicker, and the next one is thicker than that, and the last one is really thick, super thick. But yeah, you gotta read along for Bridget and Reese's story. It's actually so cute. I didn't think I would like it. Don't sleep on this one. This is a good one. It's a little hidden gem. I know I didn't go into details as much as I did with Twisted Love, but I'm gonna try to keep these short because I got quite a few books to go through. The next book is Twisted Hate. Remember, I told you guys, as you keep reading, you like each book a little bit more. So I like this book a little bit more than that book. I mean, this one followed Ava's brother, Josh, and her one of her good friends, Jules. Told you it was a group of 4. This is the third homegirl. So Jules and Josh never got along. They always been going back and forth. Their lives kind of like intertwined at some point. They end up messing with each other like through I don't know if they dared each other to do it, I can't remember, or one night they just ended up hooking up, and from there it just like both of their worlds just changed for the better. And they gotta go on a journey with each other because they're going from enemies to lovers. So you definitely got to read and check more out about their story and how it unravels, because it's really, really good. Really good, I promise you. And then the last book of the series, it is called Twisted Lies. This is my favorite one out of all of them. I thought I loved all the other ones. This is my favorite. This one follows Stella, the last homegirl of the group, and Christian. Christian runs a huge security company, and remember Reese from the second book, him and him used to work together and was in like some type of army, or they was in some type of, they were in something together, whether it was the army, it wasn't the Air Force, I want to say it was low-key the military. Stella is the last homegirl of the group. She's like a social media influencer type girl, and she low-key was getting stalked by this crazy person that she don't know who it is. She found safe. Her and Jules was living in an apartment in the last book. In this book, we found out that Jules moved out and moved in with Josh. But you gotta keep reading that one. That's still not me telling you that much. But so now she's living in this expensive building that he owns. So Stella is living in Christian Harper's. She living. I don't know if she living in a penthouse or a suite down, and she don't pay that much because once Jules moved out, she thought she was gonna be stuck with that big amount. But she's not, because guess what? He has a crush on her. They end up deciding to come up with a plan for him to be like her fake boyfriend to help her Instagram feed go up, because she was stuck at a number like 993K or something, and she figured if I get a boyfriend, this will help, and this will help me get like bigger brand deals and stuff like that. So they end up fake dating. You know what happens when they fake dating? They're gonna catch feelings for each other, of course. And I don't want to tell you guys too much. You gotta keep reading if you really want to know what happens in Stella and Christian's little book, because this one is my favorite. It's the thickest. It has like 550 going on 600 pages. But guess what, y'all? I finished this entire series in 1 month. I get down, I don't play, especially with a good storyline. The plot is good. The plot is fine, and if you like a little adult, I think it's a new adult fiction or smut, then it's not smut. It's not smut. This is just real good. If you like spicy books, they in here, like, it's spicy. It gets better and better. Each book just gets better and better. You gotta check out this series. But I gotta move along, guys, because I got quite a few more books. Y'all, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. This book is called The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Y'all, oh my god. This book is low-key not low-key. This book is very highly unhinged. So this couple is together, Sarah and Adam. They've been together for a while. Sarah is super busy, so she don't really have time for her husband. Sarah is a lawyer. Adam is a writer or aspiring writer, because he only published like 1 book. And basically their marriage is kind of boring. Like, she really more the breadwinner, and he knows that. Like, she pretty much provides almost everything, and he, you know, feel probably a little bit emasculated. He can't take care of home as well as she can. And so he has a mistress on the side. So one night, Sarah goes out with her friends or co-workers, and he goes to their shared lake house in is it in VA or DC? It's one of the two. It's like in the DMV, I believe. And Adam goes and he meets with his little side chick, and they have a good evening, and they have drinks, and then they do the do. And Sarah goes home and go to bed. It's like probably like 1:30, 1:45. And while he's over there, Sarah texts him, asks him, I think, was he coming home? He said, yeah, he just gonna be a little late. So Adam gets up. It's the middle of the night because he hear a phone going off. It's the mistress that's next to him sleeping in the bed. It's her phone going off. He takes it and he goes off, and he sees like her husband, because she's married too. He's texting her like, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And he's going on and on. And the last message is like, you're gonna pay for what you did, or I'm gonna hurt you, or something like that. So he puts her phone back and he goes home. When he get home, his wife is asleep, of course. He get in the room. They do what they're gonna do, and like, she go to work the next day or whatever, and when he wake up, it's somebody knocking on the door. It's the police. The police is at the door and they arresting him. Sarah gets the call, I think, while she's at work, and she get down there or whatever, and Adam is down there. And I think they found out at the same time, like, well, Adam found out before that the mistress is dead, and he didn't know. Like, he didn't know she was dead. Sarah gets there, and I want to fast forward a little bit. Basically, the mistress got stabbed over like 130 something times, and he can't remember nothing. And I don't want to spoil it too much because I already told y'all like the first probably 10 chapters. Basically, throughout this book, his wife is going to be representing him as his lawyer, but there's so many twists and turns. I feel like you'll never really be able to see what's coming next, because when I got to the end and I read, like, what I read, I was like, oh, this is actually insane. Because I think he ended up being, when he got arrested, if he wanted to take it to trial instead of taking a plea deal, he was going to get the needle. Like, he was going to get the death sentence. So you guys gotta definitely check this book out. Super, super good. Can't wait for the second book to this. But yeah, check this book out. This book is called When You Are Mine. It's by Kennedy Ryan. I love her books. I wrote this book sometime last year, but I didn't finish till this year. This book follows like a couple characters. So one of the characters is I think his name is Walsh. He has a best friend named Cam. Cam is with the girl Karis, and the best friend Walsh sees Karis in the parking lot one day on his way to his award ceremony, and he didn't know who she was. He just knew she was a beautiful girl. He was captivated with like love at first sight type stuff, but Karis didn't see it. He's seeing this off from a distance. He's seeing her help an old lady like in the car and taking her home, a lady she didn't even know, and he kind of felt her then. So fast forward to him getting to the award ceremony, he finds out like she is one of the recipients for an award that his family was gifting her or something like that. And she came from like a very hard life, opposite of Walsh, who come from money, and Cam also came from nothing too. Like, they come from like not even raised the richest, because they ain't got the richest yet, but they come basically from nothing. And Walsh has this big old crush on her. They both are like super philanthropic. Shoot, that's it, right? Walsh goes like to Kenya and stuff to help and bring kids back so they can get surgery in the US or whatever. So he's like a philanthropist in a way, and Karis really likes that about him because she's like that in a sense as well. So those two kind of connect throughout the book, but she's with Cam and she feels bad. She's going back and forth. Like, you just gotta read to see like how this story unfolds, because I was really procrastinating on reading this because it had like a slow start, but the plot, the way it builds up, is super good. It's a series to this, so I got the first book. I'm going to check out the second book. I will not steer you guys wrong. It's a really strong storyline. I feel like by the fourth book I'm gonna be like gasping for air. But I love a series versus a standalone. I am a series queen. I don't play. So the next book I got is called The Teacher. This is by Frida McFadden. She is such a good writer. She is becoming literally one of my favorites. All her stories that I've read so far are super good. I think I read this one in 12 hours or the same day. A few of her books I've read like same day. Can't put these books down by her. This story follows, I want to say, 3 people in a sense. A wife and a husband that's married, and this student, a high school student named Eddie. Is it Eddie? Yes, Eddie. And the couple's name is Eve, which is funny because it's an apple on the front of the book. Nate, Eddie, and Eve. Eve and Nate are married. They've been working at a high school for a little while. Nate is an English teacher, Eve is a math teacher, and Eddie is a student. It follows this student. Eddie got ostracized at the end of last year for the students think that everybody thinks that she slept with her old teacher Art Tuttle or something like that, and he got fired, but it didn't really go into detail until later out throughout the book. So you thinking like, oh, what did she do with the teacher or whatever? She ends up getting put in both of the husband and wife class, the math and the English class, and throughout the book she ends up developing a crush on the teacher. And you thinking like, oh, this is kind of, you know, down her lane, but not really, because y'all not even going to expect what happens. This is a psychological thriller, very much unhinged. She falls for her math teacher that's married, by the way. And don't get me wrong, my girl Eve, oh, she gets down too, because it's a lot going on throughout this book. I really think it's so funny though, her name is Eve and it's an apple on the book, like that forbidden fruit, but Addie is more so the forbidden fruit. I promise I can't go into too much more detail without telling her whole story, but definitely check this book out. You will not be disappointed. I think I finished this book in 12 hours. When it comes to Frida, I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna read it fast. Again, my girl Frida McFadden, she don't play. This is called The Coworker. Okay, so the characters are, the 2 main characters is Dawn and Natalie. Dawn goes missing one day, which is go missing. She don't show up at work on time. She got like this set schedule. Her coworker Natalie notices like right away, because they like cubicle buddies or whatever. Not buddies, but they work right in the same cubicle area or whatever. So she notices like, that's strange. Now mind you, Dawn is really obsessed with turtles. So like this turtle kept appearing and reappearing on her desk throughout the story, which was so funny because Dawn was missing like half the book. As time go on, Natalie becomes a suspect because she goes over to Dawn's house one day. Even though she only been there one time, she remembers. She went over there and like her fingerprints and stuff is like all over the house. So police is like coming throughout the book. Like she a suspect. She got arrested. I'm not gonna tell you if she got charged, but Dawn is very crazy. She was underestimating Dawn. That's all I'm gonna say. My girl Dawn, she like, oh, I'm the one. Okay, baby, this book took me maybe 2 days at best. When it comes to a Frida McFadden book, you're gonna finish it fast. She is such a powerful writer. She's a really strong writer. The next book is called Never Lie. I just finished this book, I want to say 2 days ago. It only took me 1 day. Really not even the whole 24 hours, more like 14 hours, because that's how long it took me to get my hair done. I finished this book in 14 hours. This book follows a couple. They're gonna go check out a house that's super far out. It's like in the middle of nowhere, but this house got a bunch of secrets. It's a couple. Their name are Trisha and Ethan. They went to go view a house by the late Dr. Adrian Hill, who went missing and she was presumed dead. Y'all would never believe what happened. Like, I never seen this coming. Another psychological thriller that will have you on the edge of your seat. I swear. This lady had, Dr. Hill, all her stuff was still in the house. This lady been missing for 3 years, but the showing of the house, they never cleared nothing out. Everything was still in that house. I personally would have said no. Yeah, but y'all definitely gotta check this out. I can't, but definitely check this one out. These are my last 3 books I'm currently working on. I'm starting with this one though, which is Rhythms Blues. Can't wait to check this out. I got a cute little bookmark. I have a Bookstagram, so guys, make sure you check that out. I'm going to leave the name in the video quite a few times. And I have these 2 Frida McFadden books, which is The Boyfriend and The Perfect Son. I can't wait to check these out. I'm super excited because she's literally my favorite author right now. So yeah, that was all the books that I had and read in 2025 so far and all of my recommendations. Guys, make sure you check them out. I would not stay in your room, trust me. And I would say thanks so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up and I'll see you all next time.